This is the plaintiff, Beatrice Fabre. She says she went to the defendant's shop for a new kitchen countertop, and he sent a guy to her house to take measurements. She gave him a check for the work, and the thief ended up putting his own name on it and cashed it. Now the crook has gone missing. The defendant refuses to reimburse her, and she's suing the shady businessman for the $1,500 she's still owed. This is the defendant, Rami Barakat. He says he gave the plaintiff the name of a company that does measurements for countertops, and they set up the appointment with her. He's sorry things didn't work out for her, but he has nothing to do with their agreement, and he's surely not responsible for someone that doesn't work directly for him. He's accused of making a bad recommendation.
Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Okay, Beatrice Fabre?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are suing Eurohouse Tile and Marble, represented here by Rami Barakat? Okay. For $1,500 that you say is owed to you on a refund from an order that you never went through with. Okay,
Yes,
tell me what happened here.
What happened on October, I went to Mr. Rami, your house shop, and then I found a stone I really like. And then I said, I found that stone, I like it.
A stone what?
For the countertop.
Countertop,
Top
okay.
of the kitchen.
Granite countertops.
Yes. And then he said to me, okay.
I don't know if it was a stone, you know.
Yes. He said to me, so, okay, Miss Fabre, this is the price it's going to be for the countertop. He take the measurement with me. And
Okay,
then,
do you have paperwork from that?
no, I don't have paperwork, but
You?
I have.
I do have paperwork for the estimation.
Right, the estimation. And it
The
was
rough
how much?
estimate. I figured $1,500.
$1,500. Okay, can I see the paperwork?
Sure.
Okay, go ahead.
When he sent the guy to the counter for the countertop, this guy said, "Oh, that was one lapse. The other lapse is cost more than what he put in the paper." So he called Mr. Wami. He said, "Wami, what you put in the paperwork is one lapse, but she have two lapse in the countertop. So for that, that's gonna be like $4,100." And Wami said, "That's okay. You work out with her, and then you get the money, and we will start working with her." And then when I said, how much money?
Wait, I don't understand that. I'm not understanding that. He gets there and the job is bigger than what you had told him on the phone?
No, what he gave me.
What actually happened?
Countertop made out of slabs
Right.
to cover a certain area.
Right.
She brought some paperwork to show the countertop that she's looking for.
Right.
And based on my assumption, she needed one slab. But I told her once they...
Slab.
Slab.
Yes.
That's,
Slab.
okay, got it. Okay, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, that's all right. We'll get there. Don't worry. We'll get there little by little. Go ahead.
What I said, it's a normal practice. What we do is, once the cabinets are in place, we, depends on the zip code and the area that she lives, we're sending a fabrication to take measurements of the area that needs
What
to
do
be.
you mean it depends on the zip code, the area that she lives?
Because we work with few fabrications.
Oh,
so if it's
depending
New
on
Jersey,
where she lives, you send a certain person to measure.
To measure.
And so
Then
that's a
they measure.
subcontractor.
Subcontract. They come back with
Not
us.
someone who works for you.
No.
Okay.
They come back to us and they tell us, listen, this job needs 2 slabs.
So you send a subcontractor out there to measure, and then he calls you and he tells you it's going to be more, and then you say, okay, fine?
No, he said, okay, this is the price it's gonna be, and $4,100. Okay, I said, but okay, because I will have to do a woman party in my house. I want that job to be finished to get people, inviting people to come to see my place. So I said,
I want to do a woman party?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I say, so when that's
I bet you want to do a woman party too. Go ahead.
like, you know, a woman house, you know, and then I said,
Housewarming.
Housewarming.
Got it. Housewarming, a warming party. Dude, can't you help me out? Who is that? Who is that?
My son.
Okay.
And then he said, okay, the way you want your job to be finished, if you put a little bit more money, it's $4,100. I say, how much? He says, you have to give like $2,000. He said, but if you put a little bit more, your job will be done faster. I said, but I really want my job to get done faster. I wrote a check for $2,400. And I gave him $600 with the paper, with the stone I chose. And then when he...
Wait, who'd you give that to? The person measuring?
The person who measured me, because he was talking to Wami. And then Wami said, okay, that's okay. And then...
So you wrote a check
for
to
24,
Eurohouse.
$2,400.
For 24, but you wrote a check to Eurohouse.
No, I didn't put Eurohouse. I live
What'd
in
you
Blake.
put?
The reason I...
Wait, whoa, wait, what?
I leave it blank.
You
want
signed a check for $2,400 and left it blank?
Yes, because I don't know what he's gonna put in the check. If he's gonna put your house or his name, because I deal with people
Why would he
like
put his name? You're dealing with Euro House. Why would you leave it up to him to put his name or Euro House?
No,
it's a
because
business.
I have
You're doing
some
business with
business
Euro
done.
House. Why wouldn't you write the check to Euro House?
I have some business done. They don't put their name. They just put the cash. Or
Yeah,
they just
because
put,
they're thieves and they're trying not to pay taxes. But that's not your problem. That is their problem whether they have to pay taxes. Okay? So why would you hand a blank check? You handed a blank check, and do you have a receipt for the cash?
because I trust his
Do you
business.
trusted him? He's not there.
I trust his
Stop.
business.
Stop. I just want to know, was this a smart thing or a stupid thing to hand over a check in blank
I
to
believe-
someone you'd never met before?
I believe it's stupid things.
Okay,
but
go
I
ahead.
will
That's all
learn.
I ask. I just want to know that when people do something this stupid, it occurs to them that it's stupid, and they don't go to their deathbed defending their actions and saying it's everybody else's fault. Because somewhere along the line, it'd be nice if people took a little personal responsibility for the stupid things that they do. Did you get a receipt for the $600? So you hand over cash without a receipt, okay? And then you write a check in blank to some guy who comes to your house. And then what happened?
What happened? He put his name on the check. He cashed the check. He took
Into
the
his
money.
own personal bank account,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Barakat, who did you send over to her house that would write their own name in instead of yours
Happy
and
to
then
know
put
that
it in
I
their
know
own
who
personal bank account?
I know who I sent over, and I had the feeling that they worked out a deal just to bypass me.
What?
And not make it cheaper.
Cheaper how?
She had an estimate by my company. She could write a check to Euro House, Tile and
Oh,
Marble.
no question.
So if she wrote a check blank or she wrote it to him,
She didn't write it to him. She
I
wrote it
didn't hear
blank.
from him anymore. In other words,
I'm
he
not
did
surprised you didn't hear from him anymore.
Actually, he's out of business.
I'm not surprised that he's out of business.
He's out of business. So in this case, I didn't hear from the guy. The next day she calls me. She said, I want my money back. I said, what money? She said, the money I gave to the guy. I said, I never got any check. It wasn't Euro House, was nothing. So I went out of my way. I called him.
What did
And
he say?
He said, yes, I took the money. He took $2,400. I didn't hear any. This is the first time I hear about the $600 cash. But he told me, he admitted that he got $2,400.
Do you have your original paperwork from this lawsuit that you filed?
Yeah, I have this.
Let me see what you've got. Hand it to Douglas, please. When you filed this lawsuit, did you sue for the $2,400 plus the $600, or did you only sue
No,
for the $2,400?
because on November 10, Mr. Wami called me and said, I have $1,000 for you. I went there, I collect my $1,000. On December 1st, I have a phone call from Wami, I have a $500 for you. I went and get my $500 in total.
Okay.
I got $1,500.
So there's $1,500 left, and the $1,500, when you filed your lawsuit, did you file it for $1,500?
Yes.
So you were always in this lawsuit, including the $600. But according to you, right?
Yeah.
But he's saying the first time he ever heard of it is now. When you call this guy and this guy tells you, I put it in my account, was he basically admitting that he stole the money?
No. What he said, I took a deposit. I took the $2,400, and she made the deal with me. I'm going to do the countertop for her.
That's what the guy said?
Yes. I said, come on. I'm part of the deal here. Where are you going? She doesn't want the job. Give her back the money. He said, fine, I'll drop you a check in your place. And he dropped a check for $2,040. And Mrs. Fabre refused to take this check. I told him, listen, bring me the money.
Just take it and write under protest so that it doesn't count against you. But at least you would have, probably would have had no funds. But go ahead.
So what he did, I told him.
So that check went away, and then he came and brought $1,000.
Not right away. It took him a little bit, but then we realized that this guy is going out of business. Mm-hmm. And then he said, listen, the check is no good anyways anymore.
Exactly.
I don't have the funds. I'll give you $1,000. Give it to her. And
How much total did he give you?
$1,500.
Total. And then you gave that $1,500 to her.
Exactly, right away, as soon as I got it. The last $500.
Problem is, clearly this is not your fault.
Not at all.
Wait, but hold on. I know, and you're trying to help her because you don't want bad juju out there, and
of course,
you don't want bad karma. Somebody who you don't want somebody saying these people are thieves and they send thieves over. The problem that we have is.
She threatened me with a voodoo curse.
Say what? Why? Why would you say that? Because she's from the islands?
No, that's what she said.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, is this countertop company responsible to her because the guy who measured it ran off with the money?
Yeah, they should pay her.
Why?
Well, because they hired him, so...
Well, they just referred him, really.
Well, but she relied on the fact that they were going to do the job.
Fair enough.
I say no, because he did not tell her to pay this guy. And
Well, also, she gave him a blank check, by the way. How dumb is that? Okay, you get the last word.
Absolutely, she should sue him, and she should win that case.
She should win?
Yeah, definitely. He's in the wrong.
Because he didn't steal the money.
He didn't steal the money, but he referred that gentleman.
Fair enough. The referral is the key, going inside the courtroom.
Did you ever tell him you were going to put a voodoo curse on him? Is that...
I don't even know what it because
You might have said that.
You do voodoo. Everybody do voodoo. Joe voodoo, Italian voodoo. Everybody is voodoo. You know, it's not only the island do voodoo.
Scary stuff.
What's your son's name?
Fabrice.
Listen to me. I know this is not funny to you right now. This is going to be hysterical in a few years, okay? As stupid as I think it is to write a check in blank, she wrote a check in blank to a guy who you sent over there. How is the person legally not your representative?
He wasn't supposed to pick up money at all. He was just supposed to go measure.
Yeah, you better send better people. When you go send people to measure in people's homes, you better send better people.
No, but it was a bad practice on her part. Forget the check. Just
Definitely bad
giving
practice.
any money.
Absolutely
Just-
bad practice.
just go
No
measure.
question it was bad practice. Now that we know what her bad practice is and what your bad practice is, that you're sending a guy who's about to go into bankruptcy or not but who's about to close out his business and who's a thief, now we know both of you did something bad. Now we got to figure out, legally speaking, who takes the hit.
But we have no clue who is sending over. There's a companies that
I don't know what you mean
do
by
measurements.
that. Then go chase the person who you sent over who decides who to send over. But it's you.
No,
Let me tell you who didn't pick that guy. Did she pick that guy?
No, she didn't.
All right, you understand what I'm saying? So that's a representative. He's an agent, what's known as agency law, okay? He is an agent that you picked, not that she picked. So if you pick the agent and the agent turns out to be a thief, everybody agrees the agent was a thief, right?
Yes.
Takes it, puts it in his personal bank account, guy's a thief. Who does that fall on? Does it fall on her because she facilitated the thief stealing the money by writing a blank check, or does it fall on you because you're the company that ended up doing business with a thief? And the answer is, that legally, that it falls on you. The only thing I was concerned about is the $600. I want to know that it's not the first time that you heard it. It shouldn't be the first time you heard it because when she filed her original court case, she's suing for the total of $3,000. She's suing for $1,500 because that's what's left over after the $1,500. I'm going to find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of the $1,500. I want to see the check. Where's the bank check? Because I want to give it to you, a copy of it, so that you know where this man keeps his bank account, so that you can at least try to follow your money that you can certainly be reimbursed for. Here we go. All right? Let's make sure that he leaves with a copy of this part is a part that says where what his bank account is, so that you can attempt to attach his bank account. All right? But that's going to fall on you since you're the guy that hired him and not on the customer. Despite how easy the customer made it for him to be a thief, it is still you who hired the thief. $1,500, verdict for the plaintiff. Good luck.
Just hold it right there, please, guys.
So the plaintiff has won what she sued for here in the People's Court. Step over here, and you come out on the losing end of this, but why are you smiling about it?
I'm not smiling about it. I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah, why? Explain.
I was sure going to win the case because I wasn't even a side in the...
Well, the judge explained agency law to you. You understand you're responsible for the quote-unquote agent that represented you.
I understand where the judge come from, but in such a business that you rely on people that you don't even know. You don't even know the companies they're coming from. They're providing the service. You're expecting the customer not to write a check to anybody. Go with my appraisal.
It's a risk on your part. Maybe you should look into it.
I should.
Who gets sent a little bit more? All right, head right down there, okay? Documents are waiting for you. All right, come on out here. So congratulations. Step on in a little closer. Don't worry, I won't voodoo you or anything. Satisfied how this comes out?
Yeah, I'm happy I got my money back because most of the time people think when you have an accent, they can come and take advantage of you. And I'm pretty sure I make a mistake and I'm really learn from my mistake.
Who tried to take advantage of you? Not him, but the guy who's
No, it's
was
him
the thief,
because he's the one send the guy to my house. But
Well,
my mistake, I didn't put no name on the check. I'm responsible for that, and I'm happy the judge going to take me that case because I'm a post-single lady. I deserve to get my money back.
Harvey?
Okay, so these folks are right that the reliance is really critical here. And because the plaintiff relied on the defendant's selection, the defendant is on the hook. The defendant can go after the guy who stole the money. Good luck finding him. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.